Hello, my name is Bryan Colter. We're just about to enter July 2023, and here is my horoscope video for the Capricorn Supermoon. We'll be working with this from the perspective of evolutionary astrology, which is more focused on a personal inward journey. As we recognize the energy that's flowing through, yes, the collective, but us on a personal level, so that we can strategically work with those energies instead of against them, with the goal being to accelerate our growth, our evolution, and ultimately to expand our consciousness. If the information resonates with you, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing with your friends, because it really helps me a lot. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the chart. We will be focusing on this Capricorn Supermoon. But first, let me just make mention to the biggest event happening in July, by far, which is the nodes of the moon changing signs. They've been in Scorpio and Taurus for about 18 months. And now, just in a couple of weeks, they're going to change into Libra and Aries. Major shift. Now, since that's a couple weeks down the road, I'll talk more about that in the next video. But as this is happening, as the nodes are wrapping up Scorpio, Taurus, so to speak, simultaneously, the planet Pluto, known as the god of hell and the lord of the underworld, is in retrograde, and it's in what's called a square aspect to these nodes. Now, squares aren't bad, but they tend to be more challenging. As most of you know, Pluto, just a couple weeks ago, retrograded out of Aquarius, where it's been since March, and re-entered Capricorn, to give us another exposure to Capricorn throughout the rest of 2023. And Pluto initially entered Capricorn way back in 2008. And what Pluto tends to do is kind of break down some of the elements associated with that sign, as well as bring out the dark side of that sign, as well as the light side, to extremes, accentuating the polarity between light and dark. And what Pluto is doing on a collective level is bringing out the trauma of the collective, rising into the surface, ultimately so we can release and heal. That would be the ideal situation. And this is so dramatically obvious as it squares the nodes, especially since the south node of the moon is in the sign of the Scorpion, which is a sign that Pluto rules. So here we find the planetary ruler of Scorpio square to its own south node sign. And what Scorpio and Pluto have in common is transmuting trauma, transmuting our suppressed and repressed emotions, so hopefully we can transform. That's the goal. But since this is a square, what tends to rise to the surface is some of the darker stuff. Since, again, 2008, when Pluto entered the sign. Now I'm going to talk about Pluto more on a personal level, of course, but I'm just saying a few things about the collective. Pluto bringing out the darkest side of Capricorn, which is the dark side of ambition, of power, of control, of law and regulation and governments. So as Pluto finishes out 2023 in the sign, it's very much, feels like to me anyways, a power grab. Now, that's something I've said on this channel many times. Since I started this channel in like 2019, Pluto's been in Capricorn since then. We had the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in 2020 and 2021, so, it's been a major topic on this channel, something I've said many times. But it's important to remember that the collective's relationship to power is going to change in a big way as we enter into this new world once Pluto enters Aquarius officially, where it'll be for like the next 20 years, which is going to be very interesting to see how that works out. So yes, a big power grab, but also power struggle as these people are in their death throes, so to speak, as the old systems are starting to dissolve and collapse. But what about on a more personal level? Especially with Pluto being in retrograde. One dynamic with retrograde planets is it's inviting us to look back on the past from this place of reflection. Much like if you were to look back at your childhood, the way you view your childhood now is much different than when you were a child. Even the way you look at your parents, for example, the way you know your parents is much different than the way you knew your parents when you were a kid. So we look back retrospectively from this new perspective and new angle, and retrograde planets that's a good way of working with that. Now, Pluto has something in common, or at least they resonate with each other, with retrogradation. Because Pluto, ultimately, on a personal level, is about dredging up the wounds of the past, and to make that which was previously unconscious, or repressed or suppressed, to make that conscious, so that we can then deal with it, so that we can then transform. Similar language to what I said, the wounding of the collective rising to the surface. Same thing with Pluto, except for it's felt on a more personal, visceral level. So we can see how making the unconscious conscious has something in common with looking back to the past. So if you think back to 2008, about 15 years ago, when Pluto entered Capricorn, think back to that period of time and look at it through the lens of Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is the symbol of wisdom. And if you have strong Capricorn in your chart, that's something I would say to you in a personal reading. You have the mark of the elder in your chart. But the thing about wisdom, for you wise people out there, it's not like you as a soul elected to be born wise, like, I think I'll be wise this time. Let's try that on. No, it's more like it's hard-fought, hard-won wisdom over multiple lifetimes that led you to this current incarnation of wearing the mark of the elder. So this idea of going through tough experience, wisdom and growth-inducing experiences, led to the cultivation of that wisdom that you're sharing today. So we take this idea of wisdom gained over the last 15 years, looking back through the retrogradation, but then also look at the hardship. Maybe there's an area of your life that you can let go of that's been very taxing on you, for example. So it's a good time to look back over the last 15 years to see if there was any chronic struggle or sources of hurt in your life, and just reflect on that and ask yourself the follow-up question, what do I want to do about that? We can also look back over the last 15 years to see what has gone on with the sources of power amongst the collective. Ever since we had the market crash of 2008, there's been kind of a runaway campaign. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. The juxtaposition between the wealthy, the haves, and the have-nots has become much, much more extreme. And we don't have to look too hard to see the dark side of power, especially over the last few years. I heard something I found pretty funny online the other day. Somebody said, in the U.S., we have 3 branches of government. They're called Raytheon, BlackRock, and the pharmaceutical industry. Now, whether that's true or not, we all have varying opinions on that, but I found it pretty funny, and there's some truth in that, of course, So the wealth grab, the power grab has come into extremes. Now, you can reflect upon that, fine, retrograde. But working with these planets on a more personal level is much more powerful, because the more we transform through the Pluto intention, the more we let go of those chronic struggles and sources of pain so that we can free up that energy to be used in more useful and beneficial ways. In so doing, we raise our consciousness. We have more energy. We're operating at a higher frequency, and that'll ripple out into the world and have a positive effect on the world. Whether that's just your world within your house or within your job, whatever, it does ripple out. Now, what about this Capricorn supermoon? I'm putting a lot of emphasis here on the Pluto square the nodes because it's easily the biggest event of the month. But as we look at this full moon, I say supermoon, it just means the moon is the closest to the earth it can be, so it looks bigger in the sky. And the full moon, regardless of how close it is, will always have an impact on our emotional world. So the supermoons even more so, where people tend to be above average, generalizing here, tend to be more reactive, emotionally speaking. Also more instinctual. So we take this idea of Pluto squaring the nodes, it's about releasing and transforming trauma. There is an element of that which is about healing, ultimately, although Pluto tends to be the more intense variety of healing, at least the potential of it, the higher octave expression of it. And here we have this supermoon. Supermoons affect our emotions in a much more profound way. And even Cancer itself, we're in the season of Cancer, as Sun will be almost halfway through Cancer by the time the full moon hits. And one of the archetypes associated with Cancer is the healer. And really this axis between Capricorn and Cancer has this element of nurturing to it, because Cancer is known as the classic mother archetype, and Capricorn is known as the classic father archetype. It has nothing to do with being a male or a female. It's just about two different, let's say, styles or methods to be nurturing to others. Capricorn tends to be more tough love, tends to be more rational, practical. You know, it's like instilling integrity in the child, for example, and core values and strength and fortitude. This is the Capricorn way of being a parent, let's say, in that metaphor. Whereas the Cancer way is more about, a heart-centered, emotional, nurturing, and caring. Okay, so, it's the axis of nurturing. It's just two different methods to go about it. So here we have this full moon, which is about emotions. And then we have this axis, which is about nurturing ultimately. And then you have the Pluto squaring the nodes. The biggest theme of July is heal, basically. Heal thyself. Heal others, if that's something you feel compelled to do. There's plenty of suffering on the planet, And of course, the more we heal ourselves, the better positioned we are to help others through our nurturing. So I love the idea of just taking a pause. Not just Pluto is in retrograde. You have Saturn in retrograde. You have Neptune in retrograde. These are heavy hitter planets, and they're all going more towards this retrograde reflection and an introverted nature to these planets. So to go within, to reflect, to slow down. Meanwhile, you have the axis of nurturing lighting up this full moon like a Christmas tree. So I love the idea of just licking our own wounds physically, emotionally, psychologically, especially with Pluto there. Cancer is related to the home, to the clan, and just the literal home, in the safety within the walls of the home. So taking it easy during this full moon and just taking care of yourself, whatever that is, whether it's, reading for 3 hours in your study, or treating yourself to a massage or a bubble bath, or laying out in the sun in the backyard. How can I take it easy? And how can I put myself in an environment where I'm better positioned to reflect, to go within, and to heal? And even Capricorn is known as the archetype of the hermit. There's a fundamental aloneness associated with this sign. Not saying loneliness, but aloneness. So to find some time alone to do that. Now, of course, Cancer is the symbol of family, so it's helpful to be around people you love as well. But there is an indication here with Capricorn of this something growing within you in solitude. Also, we have this Venus-Mars conjunction in Leo. I talked about this in the last video, but it's even stronger now. So let's, run a quick stitch through it again. Venus is the goddess of the love and the goddess of arts. Here she is next to Mars, the war god, and they're both in the symbol of Leo, the performer. So goddess of the arts in the sign of a performer, there's a very strong creative pulse here. I got to say, most of these planets are in water and earth signs, so most of it's focused on the private time, the reflection, the inwardness, the healing. But then you have this fireball of an energy up here in Leo, okay, which is naturally very expressive. So it's a great time to practice some art form, for example. Now, Leo, yes, it's the archetype of the performer, but it's also the archetype of the child. So in your healing and reflection within, try to recover, or at least strengthen, the childlike vitality within yourself. Mother that inner child, so to speak. Because many children have this capacity to enter into this very childlike, spontaneous, innocent way of expressing themselves. And here you have the strong combo of expression here, wanting you to lean into that, get to that more playful space. And the more you heal, the more you can do that. Now, if you're into artistic expression, no better time to really lean into that as well. And of course, the private time, the aloneness is conducive for you to reach that creative level. The pot boils best with the lid on, that private time where you can express yourself. Also, Mars is about courage. Wherever it is, whatever planet it's touching or sign that it's in, it's about how you can sharpen your will and develop your courage. And here it is in Leo, the lion, the performer, which is the sign of practicing vulnerability through self-expression. Is there a way I can be vulnerable? Yes, through arts. But since Venus is the goddess of love, maybe in your close relationships, how can I be more vulnerable? What is a source of pain within me that Pluto is magnifying that I can share with a loved one, which I historically haven't? How can I reveal myself? How can I express myself through love and affection? And sometimes sharing that vulnerable stuff is scary. It's intimidating, hence the Mars. So can I develop the courage to practice vulnerability through self-expression? Yes, in art, but in my loving relationships. And you also have Mercury here next to the Sun. Mercury is the planet of the mind, of the communication, of writing, of storytelling, of thinking, of perception of reality. It's a lot of different things. But in this inwardness tone of the planets now, Mercury is putting a strong emphasis on the benefit of, yes, expressing yourself through words, but also through writing. I say practice vulnerability through self-expression. Maybe it can be through a heartfelt email or letter. Or even if it is talking with somebody, maybe you can write about it beforehand. Because it's trying to bring together these symbol systems for human experience, which are much, much different. The world of feelings and emotions and the subjective with that of the English language or whatever language you speak. So writing that out, writing those thoughts out, writing the reflections out can be very helpful in your capacity and effectiveness to express yourself, as well as to heal. As you reframe your mental, let's say, perception of your history, of the past 15 years, of your woundedness, and look at it from a more exacting place. And as you reframe, you understand it from a different level. So as we can see, these energies are really quite thematic. I look forward to the next video when we talk about the nodes changing signs. That's going to be major. But leading up to that, in preparation, it's about going within, figuring out where the chronic struggle is, the source of pain, talking about that, writing about it, creating through that, putting your pain on paper, so to speak, so that you can get to this more evolved, transformed state. The phoenix diving into the ashes to come up reborn in this more empowered state. And the more empowered you are, the better you feel. The better you feel, the better others feel around you. And that ripple out effect can happen as you come from love and light and less from fear and grief and pain and suffering. Those are the core evolutionary intentions, with the goal being to expand our consciousness. Now we're going to transition to the guided meditation. Please use headphones for best results. And by the way, I do a weekly guided meditation live on Zoom, totally free. I'll put the link below if you're interested. It happens every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I hope to see you there. Enjoy the guided meditation. Sit in a comfortable position with a straight spine and nice straight neck, chin tilted down very slightly, and it almost feels as though you have a string gently pulling from above on the top of your head. And breathe in nice and slow. And breathe out. And just focus on the breath. And feel the oxygen come into your lungs as your body expands. And keep your conscious awareness on your body. And now move your attention down to your feet, both of your feet. Feel your feet on the ground. That grounded feeling, and visualize the color white in both your feet. Beautiful snow white color. And each time you inhale, you see that white color grow brighter and brighter. And on the next inhale, see that white color start to move up into both of your ankles as it grows brighter. And as you inhale again, see the white color move up into both your calves. And feel the energy enter the bottom of both legs. And as you inhale, see the white color move into both of your knees. And now into both of your thighs. And now into your hips and pelvis area. And visualize both of your legs in that brilliant snow white color. And as you inhale, see the white color move up into your stomach area and lower back. It's just filling you up with beautiful white energy. And when you inhale, see the white color move up into your chest area, filling your entire chest and upper back. And now see the white color moving into both shoulders and slowly moving down into both of your upper arms, bicep, tricep area. And continuing to move past your elbows into your forearms, into both wrists, and into both hands. And as you inhale, see the white color in your hands go brighter and brighter. Your hands have very powerful energy centers in them, so it's easy to feel the energy in your hands. Now as you inhale, bring the white energy back all the way up to your neck area and fill your neck. And then into your head. See the white color fill your entire head. And now see your entire body as you inhale shine in that white color. Now I want you to visualize yourself out in deep space. All you see are stars in every direction, in the center of the universe. And above you, at the very top of the universe, visualize a brilliant white color shining above you, opening in the sky. It's almost blinding. This represents the energy of the heavens, the source of all creation. Now I want you to do a nice slow 4-second inhale as you see this white color go to the top of your head. And then hold your breath for a couple seconds. And then exhale. Inhale again for 4 seconds as you see this white color almost looking like a straw going right down to your chest area. And hold your breath. And then exhale. And as you inhale again, visualize a beautiful gold sphere in your chest, about 12 inches large, connected to this white tube of divine energy. And each time you inhale, see the gold sphere grow brighter and brighter. This is the most powerful center in your entire body. And you're seeing that white divine energy come down from the heavens and enter the gold sphere, and it becomes brighter. Now I want you to inhale and see that white tube of color go below the gold sphere, through your stomach, through your pelvis, through your legs, down all the way to the center of the earth, where it connects with a beautiful green color, emerald green color. This is the energy of earth. And as you inhale again, see that green color move up from the earth and connect with your golden sphere in the center of your chest. So each time you inhale, you see the white color come down from above, the emerald green color come from below, both meeting in the middle at the gold sphere in your chest. You're cultivating energy and power in this center. And inhale for 4 seconds. As you see the energy come in, you see the gold sphere grow bright. Now hold your breath. See it bright. And then exhale. Oxygen goes out, energy stays in. And again, inhale. See the color come from above and below into the golden center. Hold your breath. And exhale. The air goes out, but the energy stays in. And one more time. Inhale. See the energy come into the gold center. Make it as bright as you possibly can. Hold it. And exhale. The air goes out, but the energy stays in. And just keep this breathing pattern for a little bit longer, and then I'll come back. Now your gold center is very bright. And now I want you to inhale and see that gold color go out above to the top of your head, and then hold your breath. And then as you exhale, see a beautiful golden color start to trickle down the left side of your body. It kind of feels like warm water all the way down towards your legs and to your left foot and underneath your feet. And as you inhale, see that golden color move up the right side of your body, up your legs, up to your head, to the top of your head. Now, as you exhale, it goes back down the left side of your body. Beautiful golden color. All the way down to your feet. As you inhale, see the golden color move back up the right side of your body, all the way to the top of your head. And hold your breath for a second. And then exhale. And return your attention to the gold center in your chest. Now inhale, see the gold color go out the top of your head again. Hold your breath. And now exhale, see the gold color move down the front of your body, down your face. Feels like warm water. All the way down to your feet. Hold your breath. Inhale, see the gold color move up the back of your legs, back, shoulders, back of the head to the top of the head. Hold it. And exhale, see the gold color move down the front of your body, all the way down to your legs, underneath your feet. One more time. Inhale, up the back, golden color, all the way to the top of the head. Hold your breath, and exhale all the way down the front of your body, underneath your feet. Return your attention to the gold center. Inhale, gold energy out the top of your head. Hold it. And now see the gold color move around the left side of your egg-shaped aura, all the way down underneath your feet. And the aura is about the size of your arms if you stretch them out. And inhale, see the gold color move up the right side of your aura, all the way above your head. Hold your breath. And all the way down the left side of the aura as you exhale, underneath your feet. One more time. Inhale, see the gold color move all the way up the right side of your aura to the top of your head. And then exhale, see it go down the left side of your aura, underneath your feet. Return your attention to the gold sphere in the center of your chest. Inhale, see that all that gold color come out the top of your head. Hold your breath. And then see, as you exhale, see the gold color move down the front of your aura, all the way down to your feet and underneath your feet. Inhale, see the gold color go up the back side of your aura and above your head. Hold your breath. And as you exhale, see it move down the front of your aura and then underneath your feet. Now inhale one more time up the back side of your aura and above your head. Hold your breath. And exhale, see it go down the front of your aura and then underneath your feet. Return your attention to the gold center in the middle of your chest. Inhale, see that gold energy shoot out above your head, about a foot or two. Hold your breath. And as you exhale, see gold rain shower inside of your aura and all over your body. Feel it dripping all over your body. Beautiful gold rain. Again, inhale, energy comes from the chest above you. Hold your breath. And exhale, feel the gold rain all around you. And one last time. Inhale, see the gold color go above your head. Hold it. And then exhale, see the gold rain shower down upon you. And now just visualize yourself, your body shining a very bright white color with a gold center in the middle of your chest, surrounded by a beautiful golden egg-shaped auric field all around you. And just take a few moments to breathe as you visualize this color all around you. Now return your awareness to the room and your environment. Begin to move and stretch, wiggle your fingers and toes, and whenever you're ready, open your eyes.